Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We have been making changes to please Allah and His Prophet, ﷺ. Alhamdulillah, we are grateful and making an effort to step on our ego. But sometimes we feel defeated, because the more we step on it and squeeze it, the wilder it gets. When we take away its delights, we feel the fire inside our nafs. How do we cool the fire of the nafs when we intentionally deny its desires?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. It's basically saying, once you step the ego a little bit, then the ego bites back. You don't step it too much, the ego is okay. Once you step on it, it bites back. Now, what do? I say, welcome to the club. Welcome. Welcome to the greatest fight. So many saying, before I enter Tariqat, I'm normal. Now I enter the Tariqat, I'm crazy. We're saying, you were more crazy before, but you thought you were normal. Now you are normal because you think you're crazy. You understand? It's like a person who says, before I entered into the hospital, I was the most healthy person. Then when I visited the doctor, suddenly I have so many diseases. It's better I don't go to the doctor. That is ignorance. So welcome to the fight. Then how do you fight? If I say welcome to the fight, how do you fight then? What is this tariqat based on? How do you fight your ego? By zikr? Allah, 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 Allah. Huh? How do you fight your ego? By going up and down, praying. How do you fight your ego? Yes, by fasting. Fasting is supposed to help your ego, no? Kills your ego. But so many we see, especially even in the month of Ramadan, outside of the month of Ramadan, they're kind of normal. But in the month of Ramadan, because they're fasting, they become lions. Not lions. How we say? Giraffe? Not giraffe. Something more biting. Hippopotamus? Not hippopotamus. What kind of animal? Dinosaur? Okay, dinosaur. We say dinosaur. In the month of Ramadan, because they don't eat, they become dinosaur. Which, by the way, those they have the small hands, dinosaur. Now they discover, mashallah, Western world is in a constant state of discovery. They discover all these dinosaurs, they're not shaped like that. It's kind of like, if you have a chicken, they come from the same family. Don't laugh. Dinosaur come like chicken family. Like you have a chicken and the chicken die and you bury the chicken. And then later they find only bones. They never see chicken before. So they put bones together, which they took them hundreds of years to put the real bones together. They mix up the bones, some putting from here, some putting from there. They say this is dinosaur. Then later they say, oh no, it's not. So anyway, you imagine, now you put all the bones together, you put the skin. Now imagine a chicken without a skin. Without the feathers, just the skin, like that. And you say, oh, a terrible creature. Now they're discovering these dinosaurs, they have nice feathers. They look nice, they look beautiful. And they don't roar. They're like chicken, they chirp. So many things to discover, mashallah. If I say, if those are the chickens, imagine the mankind at that time, no? Because nowadays chickens is like this, the man is big. Imagine that time. If the dinosaur is the small like that, then the real man, Hazrat Adam alayhi salam. Oh. Anyway, where was I before I get into the chickens? See if you remember. Yes? Huh? When you're fasting, they become like dinosaur. They want to eat you. Because what happens now? The ego, that is like a beast inside that is controlling you, but it doesn't let you know that it exists. It say, I'm you, you are me, we are together. Suddenly, when you are in the presence of a saint, and like Shaykh Efendi is teaching us, look, they are not together, you are not together, you are not him, he is not you. Separate a little bit, because that one is making you to enter into wrong sites. Your spirit is the one who's... Suddenly, the ego becomes panicky, think, oh, now he knows I'm here. You understand? And he's starting to act up. This is what the ego does. So what do you do? Our tariqat is based on association. It's not based on praying or zikr. It's based on association. So how do you fight if you don't attend association? You have to have sohbat every day. Shaykh Efendi used to give sohbat 3 times a day at least. At that time, there were not 5 people around him. And we wanted to listen to sohbat. Now, so many people, but nobody wants to listen to sohbat. Once a week, time sohbat comes, half of you empty yourself. Oh, I'm very busy, Yani. I'm going to go. Once a week, sohbat. So I say, no need. Now I'm going to see who needs sohbat, that one. But that one is very far away. It's okay. I traveled to go to see that one. I give sohbat. Who else? This one. I'm going to give. Not generally. Until you wake up and you say, no, we need sohbat. Because with the sohbat, like what Shaykh Efendi says, it is ammunition against to your ego, against to your shaitan. If you don't have the ammunition, even if you have the best machine, weapons, it's useless, right? So you have to attend the sohbat, you have to sit, you have to listen, you have to ask, you have to participate, you have to put in your life, and you have to see. But is it going to be difficult? Yes, it is. That's the beginning stages. The ego is waking up. Now it's like, it's realizing, you shine a flashlight on it, and you see it's there. Now it's going to attack you a little bit more. Listen to sohbat. Be around your shaykh, be around those ones. Slowly, it doesn't mean that to be around means immediately you're going to copy. Immediately you're going to do everything correct just because you feel that you are very passionate at that time. That is not too good to do, because after a while you're going to get tired. First, you have to understand the nature of the beast. Understand the nature of your ego. Even before you fight, how stupid it is. You don't know your enemy and you're fighting your enemy. You don't know your enemy and you're fighting your enemy. You only fight your enemy when you know him. People spend years, decades studying their enemy before they fight. Suddenly you just want to fight. Do you know who? Are you studying? Are you understanding? Do you know what makes him to come from here? What makes him to come from the back? What makes him to come from the top, from here? Because you think he's here, but he's from behind. You think he's here, he's over here. It's hundreds and thousands of tricks and traps. Trapping you. Tricking you. And if you're not in sohbat, you will think, oh, I got it already. I understand. It's like this, I understand. I don't need sohbat. And you go. But our ego is worse than a virus. It mutates. It changes. It starts changing according to the situation. You don't think it is a virus. You don't think it is your ego, but it has already changed into something else. You think you're okay, you got it, but it's attacking you and it's undermining you. If you are in constant sohbat, the shaykh is looking, he's scanning, and he's saying this one is sick from here, from this, from this, from this, from this. Then the sohbat, it will address that. If you are looking, you'll be able to take. If you don't know, you're not looking and you don't know, but you have that from the sohbat that you're listening properly, you say, he's speaking about me a little bit. I have that. Let me try to fix it. Let me try to fix it. Don't be stubborn. Fix it a little bit. You fix yourself, you listen, is not going to affect the shaykh. It's not going to make his station to rise high or station to go down. If the whole world praises the Prophet ﷺ, it doesn't raise his station. If the whole world, everything in creation curse at him, astaghfirullah, hasha, it will not drop his station. Everything in creation worship Allah is not going to make Allah greater. Nothing that he has created is worshipping him is not going to make him smaller. Do you understand? It is for us to come into our own reality, to understand who our enemies are, to find the tools, to fight, and to know what belief is, and to start living and tasting your belief. That the difficulty is coming, you have an answer according to haqq. You put it even when it is painful, you feel the energy because it is the correct thing to do, because Allah is pleased with that. May Allah forgive me, inshallah, and bless you. May our Shaykh station be raised. Al-Fatiha. Assalamu alaikum.